I hope the experience is that this, because this movie is so beloved, that this is the Beauty and the Beast that we know. And oh my God, I always wondered about that or that or that, answering questions that you may not have even realized you had, about Belle and about the Beast specifically, and about how they got to be who they are and where they are, So it was a fun puzzle, because it wasn't a question. There have been some recent movies that have been real, kind of top to bottom reinventions of the myths, and or seeing it from another character's point of view or something like that. This was not that. This was, again, this was sort of taking the story that we all know and love and truly filling in blanks. The Beast, that was a very, very complicated and challenging process because, we know these CG creatures it's been remarkable what's happened over the years. You start with Gollum, and then you get to those incredible characters in Planet of the Apes. However, this was yet a sort of a next step that needed to be reached because he is the lead of the movie. He's the romantic lead of the movie. He's the emotional center of the movie, and he has to sing a song, So that was something where you really just had to make sure that this was going to be something that didn't give you that feeling that it wasn't something he wasn't somebody who was real, It takes a very specific actor, a well-trained actor, an actor who's game to try something new. But more than that, I cannot say enough about Dan's brilliance in doing this. Yeah, Josh Gad and Luke Evans had great chemistry together. I think there's 20 minutes of stuff on the cutting room floor that was really good. It was always such a hard, because Josh is also he's got a really contemporary sense of humor, which is great. Some of those kind of things that we know so well from Pixar movies, those kind of comments on the movie as it's happening. And so I shot a lot of that stuff and ultimately didn't use too much of it. It was interesting because it felt as though, again, Beauty and the Beast sort of exists in its own sort of special world where you can't puncture it too much, But no, they were a great team. I'd love to see a movie of just the two of them. Angela Lansbury in that part is iconic, and recently she just sang that song again and made everybody cry. She owns that part. And of course, there are some people who say, why didn't you just cast her? She's still great, still around. She's doing it on stage every night. And the only reason not to, honestly, was that because it's, again, a realistic photoreal, telling of this, that at the end she has a son who is a young boy, and that just stretching a little bit. But it did feel as though who in our world has that same kind of warmth and connection to an audience and history with an audience. And it felt like Emma Thompson is that person. With Cogsworth, I've done a few movies with Ian McKellen. We have a very special connection. And I knew he'd always wanted to do a musical. He'd come close a few times. B, I knew how funny he is. And I think his favorite performer is Jackie Gleason, which is not what anybody would expect, So and specifically this kind of, not pantomime, but this kind of broader musical comedy style. It's something he hasn't worked in so much in film. I mean, he's done things on stage, like that. Also, it just felt as if, again, a slight change in character, making him the kind of major domo, the man who runs the place, but a tin horn general, would give a kind of contemporary twist to all of the jokes and that characterization. So again, so thrilled when he agreed to do it.